There's this quote that I absolutely love. It's, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It basically means your habits is what you are going to create your life with. So if you constantly do the same thing over and over again and you're waiting for something to change, honey, nothing is going to change. You have to change certain things about your lifestyle, about the things you approach, about the people you allow in your life. All these things you have to change. Otherwise, nothing is going to change. A few years ago, when I was really, really depressed, I was watching this video of one of this YouTuber girl, whatever. And she basically was talking about, this was her third relationship, and that for the third time she had uploaded a YouTube video saying that, yeah, again, this guy like abused her physically in the relationship. And this was the third guy, the third relationship that did the same thing to her, right? And I was like watching it and I felt bad for her. And then one comment, and it was a top comment, and it was most like, it was like, you know what? I don't even feel sorry for you anymore because you keep attracting those guys. It's literally your own fault. And I was thinking, that's so rude to say and so harsh, right? But that also gave me a reality check, because it is, I was starting to think about it, but is it her fault though? You know, because why is this thing happening over and over again? Why is it constantly the same person over and over again? And when do we really see the red flags and see them as like, oh, maybe I should watch out now, or maybe I should not continue? When do we really stop ourselves? So then I really started to look at my own situation. And then I was looking at myself and I was like, Liz, you're constantly complaining about that your life is not changing, yet you're not doing anything different than what you're doing every single day, which is basically locking yourself up in your room. Like, are you going outside even to have a little walk? No. Are you like engaging with other people, being social? No. Are you even eating properly? No, none of that. So how can I expect something else to happen if I do not do different things? Hi guys, my name is Liz and welcome back to my channel. Okay, in this video, I am going to tell you some of the reasons why your life might not be changing or nothing is evolving, nothing is happening. Okay, first things first, it might be your environment, okay? The country that you live in or whatever. Why do I say this? In the beginning, when I was starting my social media journey, when I was starting off, I grew up in a country that is very 9-to-5 minded. If you look at the country where I grew up, we don't even have big artists. Like, it's not a thing, right? We don't have big YouTubers. We don't have it. So I felt really suffocated in that country because I wanted something really big. Like, I wanted it, but I couldn't have it. And even when I was trying to open a business, the way they tax you for your business is insane, like 50 to 70% for business owners, which is insane. You know, you will never get rich that way in that country because it was not designed for you to be rich or to be successful, whatever. So I really had to look at myself and be like, okay, listen, I probably will not be able to achieve what I want to achieve in this country because the mind is too small for me. I want bigger things. So I moved to a bigger country, like a bigger city where you have people that do social media, where a lot of entrepreneurs are here. Even if you look like down the street, you see really expensive cars, you see all these expensive things, and you start to open up your mind to like, oh wow, this is really possible, and it's really actually very easy to attract money and to make money. But once you start to see that, that's when your mindset also evolves. But when you are stuck in a country where you don't see these things on a regular basis, or it's very weird to have it, you start to believe that it's not possible for you. That's why there's this analogy that says if you put a fish in a tank, it will only become this big, but put the fish in an ocean and it will flourish and maybe, you know, become a shark, let's say. So that's why it's very important. What can you do in this case? Start looking for a job in a different country. Okay, you can apply to different jobs, like whatever job it is, you know. whatever the job is, it does not matter as long as you can like expand your mind when you see different things, when you surround yourself with different people, right? As well, you can date someone that is from the country that you want to live in, which is what I did. Like, I literally met my partner. He was living in this country, and he was like, Liz, I want to get to know you better. Let's move you here, you know? And that's what I did. You are surrounded by toxic people, like constantly. Listen, toxicity in family is very hard. Why? You might be too young to move out. You have no choice but to stay there, whatever. I get it. I was in that situation. It's not nice. But honestly, like, if it keeps being toxic and you cannot survive there anymore, and you are of an age that you can move out and get your financial in orders, get a job, then do that and move out, you know? Because being constantly surrounded by toxic people and environment, you will become so depressed to a point that you don't even recognize yourself anymore. And I am telling you, when I got out of like that whole like bad vibe, I could look back and I was like, how did I survive all of that? Because in the moment, you don't realize any of it. You do not realize, you're just in survival mode. You constantly keep going. But then you put yourself completely out of the situation and you think like, oh, finally, I have peace now. That when it comes down on you, you're like, oh my God, what did I just go through for past years? That's family, right? So sometimes you might not get out, whatever. In that case, surround yourself with people that support you. Surround yourself with, create a family outside of your home. Start to look for people that support you, that are like, come on, like, you can do better, you know, that try to help you in any way that can elevate you. Like, just if they even can't elevate you or do anything, just someone that supports you and says, hey, you know what, I believe in you, and I don't think that your dreams are too big or too crazy. That's enough for you to evolve, honestly. As well, you are too focused on other people. Listen, maybe you are in a relationship that's toxic and you're completely like trying to pull the person up, like, come on, let's get there, and they don't want. Or your friends are like that and you're constantly trying to pull them up and they don't want. And you keep like focusing yourself on other people and healing them and helping them. Honey, like, it's not working like this, okay? You cannot help other people when you cannot even help yourself. It's a really harsh lesson that I had to learn, because ever since I was young, I was always trying to help everyone. Like, literally everyone I could see, I would want to help, right? But I had to learn like, hey, Liz, enough is enough. And you are helpless yourself. And nobody is offering you a hand, so you should offer yourself a hand. And you get yourself out of the bullshit you put yourself in. Because you know what? Sometimes it's not even other people, sometimes it's you. And you need to take accountability for how your life is going. You can look yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what? Like, I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to hurt like this anymore. I don't want to be treated like this anymore. That's when things change, and that's when things shift for you. Why? Because you shifted.